Hi, good morning. Today is April 21st, 2024, and welcome to another episode of PreWorkout Chat. I really do love Sunday. Training on the weekend. Well, not just Sunday, but just training on the weekend. I love training on the weekend. I can wake up late, um, get my mind in the right state of being. Uh, and I could really focus on the workout, um, and get everything nice and set up for the videos. And there is no rushing. There is no rush. It's wonderful just taking my time to just do everything that I want to do, and wonderful. So let that be the counter. Let that positivity be the counterbalance to yesterday's video. I posted a video yesterday. Well, I posted it like really late at night. So essentially, I don't really want to get into it in this video, but I was supposed to be meeting up with a lady yesterday, and things didn't work out. She sent me to a location. There's still no confirming whether that was her location or not because she didn't give her actual. She gave her street address, but she didn't give like the house number. So anyway, I went there. Then I looked at the messages, and it turns out, like basically, when I was like halfway to the location, she had sent the message on the dating app that I was using, and essentially she canceled everything. She, in her words, never mind last minute changes or something like that, and so now she's like very busy or blah blah blah. So I ended up going back home, and I even checked the messages later, and she did say, "I guess, I guess you could call it an apology or something like that." It really wasn't an apology, but she just expanded the excuse of why she didn't fall through. So and it's okay because here's the thing: when I'm being invited to go out, or whether I'm inviting somebody to go out, or even if somebody invited me to come over to their place, um, while I would like things to progress further, you know, get a little bit more intimate, kind of fill that void for intimacy. I understand that it's not expected. So I don't pressure people into doing anything that they don't want to do or that they're not ready to do. But I will say that she contacted me. She seemed a lot more aggressive with her approach. So I kind of felt that I thought your boy was going to get lucky last night, but that was not the case. And I really haven't heard back from her since. So I don't know. Maybe she found somebody better. I am a now, mind you, she's not like all there in the look department, and she's also not like physically fit or anything like that. She's a little plump herself, but maybe she found somebody better or something like that. Maybe she found somebody more appealing. I am obese. While I am tall, I'm like somewhere between 6'2" to 6'3" tall. The weight kind of pushes me down a little bit. But one time I was measured and it said like 6'3", and this is when I was in Army ROTC. I didn't join the Army. I was just inside the officer training program a little bit when I was attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. So that's actually when I was at my strongest. I was getting like pretty jacked. I was training um, so often. I was even going to the gym and doing my own training. It was like really the strongest that I've ever been, and probably I would say not the fastest that I ever been. I was faster when I was in high school. But anyway, I digress. So I don't expect a lot of women to be attracted to my type of physique, and I understand that perfectly well. You know, I've seen enough YouTube videos where people talk about dating and stuff like that, body game and all that stuff, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing the work and trying to lose the weight and stuff like that, so that I can be more attractive to the opposite sex. I always believe that you should strive to be the best that you can be. And I think that's one of the benefits of being healthy and being physically fit, is that it improves all facets of your life. And that's why I want to get into shape. So there is no hate on that lady, and in fact, it's not the first time something like that has happened. I've often been stood up, or I've been rejected nicely, and I've been rejected negatively, like really insulting in a disrespectful ways. I've been rejected. Uh, I have went out on dates where it just turned out it was a foodie date, where basically I'm just paying for everything and she's getting fed, and there really is, she has no interest in me. So I've had my experience. It's also one of the reasons why I also put out there that I'm not considered an incel, because it's I have gotten lucky in the past, and I do have some experience with women. Not a lot, not like these dating coaches where they got like 20 plus body count, or 50 plus body count, or 100,000 or whatever body count, or anything like that. But I am experienced enough with women where I can maintain a relationship, talk and stuff like that. So I have no problems in that type of department. It's really the only thing I will say is that I need to be more. I need to have more faith in myself, have more confidence, and of course, get my body right, and that's pretty much it. That's the only thing I'm lagging. Um, I know you often see stuff on YouTube where you see like, oh, look, the women want you to be making like six figures and stuff like that. And while that is for the most part true, especially here in the West, um, I make a decent amount of money. I make around 60,000 a year, and so that is a little bit higher than the median income for males within my demographic. So I think if I'm doing above the average, I think I'm doing pretty good. Um, I'm also I'm also in this phase where I'm trying to determine whether I want to go for my CPA or not. That's a whole different video. Unless this video is going to go for like a long period of time. But anyway, it is what it is. I did get a bit depressed last night. Um, but I'm kind of over it. I'm going to use that as fuel for my workout. So transitioning into the workout. So one of the YouTubers that I watch his name is Mark Plummer, and I think he's in Canada, and he's a bodybuilder, and in his videos he talks about the different type of steroids and performance enhancement drugs that you can take and stuff like that. And he delves really good into like the different cycles and stuff like that, the effects of it, how to combat the negative effects of some of these drugs and stuff like that. So I really do love his content. The dude seems like all around. He seems like a really great guy. Um, I would definitely love to hang out with him sometimes. So anyway, he had said, and this is something interesting in one of his videos, because this is not this fitness world stuff and working out stuff. Um, while I do have some experience in the past, the higher levels of this world I'm not really familiar with, and so he brought up this interesting thing. He's saying like before he gets into his workout, he like to get into like this state of rage where he um, feels like he needs to like physically like protect his family and stuff like that. And I thought that was pretty interesting. Like I was like, wait a minute, are you supposed to like, he says he gets into the state before he gets into the workout, and that helps fuel his workout and stuff like that. And I'm going like, oh, wait a minute, that makes sense. Mental fuel. This pre-workout, really, really good for, it's really, really good for providing, fuel for the body to use. But what about your mind to use? What stops you from tapping out early? Because, you've got used to such a sedentary life where, you just really don't want to do anything. And how do you stop yourself from tapping out early or not putting in as much effort? And you have to hype yourself up before you do the weightlifting. That's what you're supposed to do. And matter of fact, even maybe some of the cardio, like, cardio is supposed to be very relaxing, but I always wonder when people were talking about this stuff, how does it do that? How does working out make you feel like less stress? How is this a stress relief? Like, people don't tell you this stuff. You're supposed to, all the stuff that's weighing you down, you're supposed to bring that to the forefront of your mind, and you're supposed to power through that stuff. Like for example, there's some idiots that I work with, and these people keep making the same mistake like over 40 different times, and I stopped counting. And it's so annoying because they create so much additional work for me to do that I end up falling behind on my other duties. And I try to explain this to my boss, but it's not really going through. It's like, I'll discuss this in a different video, but it ticks me off. And one thing I kind of learned about myself is not anger, but when I'm getting frustrated. Like when I'm getting frustrated, I will increase my pitch, not the tone. Like people don't understand the difference between a pitch and a tone. Like for example, this would be an example of a tone. Wow, you really keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. Wow, you keep really making the mistake over and over and over again. I just don't understand why you keep doing that. You fucking idiot. You keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. That's an example of tonality versus pitch would be, you really keep making the same mistake over and over again. You really keep making the same mistake over and over again. You really keep making the same mistake over and over again. You really keep making the same mistake over and over again. You see, I'm just raising my voice. Raising your voice, that's the pitch. I'm throwing my words at you so that you can hear it across the word, hit pitch. Versus the tonality is almost like you're infusing your words with emotion. And so that's the tone and stuff like that. So that's why you can have a threatening tone. You really are pushing your luck today. You're really pushing your luck today. I really would hate for something to happen to your car because you keep making the same mistake. You see that right there, that threatening, lowering your voice, kind of deepening it a little bit. That right there, that's the tone. But a lot of people, specifically women, don't understand the difference, and specifically my boss doesn't understand the difference between tone and pitch, and so it comes off as whatever. And I literally just I told my boss last week, I said, I'm not angry, I'm frustrated, and you don't know me when I'm angry, and I'll let you know it's a whole different ball game when I'm angry. You this right here, you won't recognize it. So yeah. So, that's just some issues that I had at work. So yeah, you're supposed to take stuff like that and you're supposed to like really think about it, really put yourself back in that moment, and you're supposed to. You load it up like it's a fucking video game, and then you're supposed to work out, put on some good tunes, and just power through. It's like almost like, man, this person keeps ticking me off. I wish I could just punch him in the face. That right there is how you convert the anxiety, the anger, the frustrations, essentially the negative emotions. Load those negative emotions up, work out. And that's how you convert the negativity into positivity. You know? It's like people don't explain this stuff. People don't explain this stuff. Shout out to Mark Plummer, man. You changed my world, man. You changed my world. Because I got a lot of anger. I've been storing this anger as flubber, and I just can't wait to just burn that anger out and just be in a new, calmer state of mind, just not have any of this stuff weighing down on me. So anyway, that's that. That's the whole dating thing. That's the whole new mental pre-workout that you're supposed to do. So take yourself a mental pre-workout and bam, just use that to fuel yourself. Okay, so if you probably saw the thumbnail, you probably saw the old muffin. I explained it in my prior videos, but I'll just go ahead and repeat it now. I successfully did 2 weeks of dieting and working out. And so over the weekend, Saturday and today, I am doing like a refeed to kind of reset everything. And so I'm loading up on carbs. My diet is a more carnivore keto type of diet. So I'm just eating meat and other animal byproducts like pretty much day in and day out. So I'm in a state of ketosis most of the time. But here's the thing. I haven't been in that state like all of my life. I'm a big carb eater. I love carbs. I eat more. I used to eat more carbs than meat. I was not really a big fan of eating meat. And in fact, I actually did a period of time where I was vegetarian. It didn't last too long, but because I like the flavor of my beans, because I like beans and rice. And I like to flavor that with different type of meat products. Like for example, I like when it comes to pinto beans, right? I like adding ground beef to it. When it comes to things like northern beans, I like to add like smoked turkey tail or different smoked turkey products to it, and it really creates this very it gives it a good aroma, and it really makes the white beans or the northern beans, however you want to call it, it really makes it taste good. Also with my northern beans, if I don't go the turkey route, I like to go the pork route. So I like using smoked pork meat in there as well. So yeah, that's typically what I like to eat, and that's one of the reasons, since I have this bad relationship with food. I decided I'm going to go the opposite of the carb route. Please remember that you can lose weight regardless of your diet. Um, I'm not promoting one diet over the other. It's really just about your caloric deficit. Uh, but the reason why I'm doing a carnivore diet is because some of the health benefits that I had looked up about it is going to be like less inflammatory on your system. It's good for people who might be pre-diabetic, which, given my love of sugar and this body, you would probably think that I'm a diabetic or something like that. And it's just overall, it's just very effective. And it's easier to control when you're trying to control your calorie intake. versus when you're eating carbs and you're trying to control your calorie intake. And also, since again I have this negative relationship with food, I figured instead of going for a diet that incorporates the stuff that I like, to break that negative, that unhealthy bond that I have with food, I'm going to essentially go the opposite direction and consume food products that I really don't like, and that's going to kind of reset my mind and put me in a better place mentally, and allow me to gain control over myself, so that I can in the future eat stuff like carbs and not have negative reactions where I just start binge eating and stuff like that. So that's the logic behind the insanity when it comes to my diet. So since um, eating meat and stuff like that is not like a normal thing for me, when I started, I kind of just like dove right in. Yeah, I did try the carnivore diet a few months back, and it didn't last long. And then I just went back to eating my regular diet, and I learned from that experience. So what I decided was I'm going to be doing the carnivore diet, but every few weeks I'm going to go ahead and load back up on some carbs, and that's going to reset myself. And typically when I'm doing these refeeds, I will just kind of pick out the foods that I might have had a craving for. Like for example, I had like some cravings for chocolate. I had some cravings for some type of cakey substance like muffins, and I had a taste for tacos, and I had a taste for pizza. I didn't eat any tacos, but what I did, I had ordered like this extra large Papa John pizza, and so yeah, I consumed that pretty much. I consumed most of that stuff like yesterday. It was hard eating the muffins because the muffins had too much sugar in them. Again, one of the benefits of when you're like start doing stuff like the carnivore diet and stuff like that, and your body starts eliminating the bacteria that typically feeds more on the type of foods that contain carbs. As those bacteria kind of leave your gut, the taste for that food also kind of starts leaving your gut, and your tolerance and stuff starts also like improving. So my taste buds are a lot more sensitive when it comes to eating carbs. So this right here, it has too much sugar in it. So what I did for my muffins is I just kind of ate the top of the muffin, and then I just kind of like threw the rest of it away because it was kind of hard eating it. I did like get through like two of them yesterday, but it was so hard. The chocolate milk was okay though. Mm. I like to drink chocolate milk with my banana nut muffins. Uh, so yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So anyway, now some of the effects. I got on the scale this morning and I saw that my weight was 357. My weight is not 357. I'm just simply my body, now that my body has reabsorbed some sugar, it has taken in a substantial amount of carbs. Um, my liver is full of sugar right now, so my body is hanging on to the water, because also my intake of salt decreased. So the body is clinging on to water more. So of course my weight is going to be up a little bit. Also, last week I noted on the prior videos that I was also feeling kind of constipated. Um, that has kind of relieved itself like a little bit over the weekend. But yeah, my body's just holding on to like a lot of stuff right now, and that's why the weight is kind of artificially up. But it's not going to be like that for long. I go back to doing my full-on carnivore diet this week. Tomorrow's going to be a fast, so I'm going to eat like Tuesday is when I am really fully back into the carnivore thing. So yeah, that explains the refeed. Now, again, I'm just doing this as a way to adapt myself to this diet properly. Again, I started this thing, I kind of went way in. So I had planned. I wasn't going to do this like the third week, but I decided, nah, I'll just do it now since it's like week 2. And after all, today's this week is, I'm now in week 3, so I passed like a milestone. I did everything successfully for like 2 whole weeks. I've never really done that. Um, I never really done that before, and so I felt that was a milestone for me. So I'm going to be back into this. I will probably load back up on carbs again, maybe after week 6. Like, so after I successfully pass week 6, that will be another major milestone for me. And I'll probably do like a carb refeed at that time. And here's the thing. I've also saw like a few YouTube videos and stuff like that. When it talks about like plateaus and it talks about um, really adjusting yourself to the diets and stuff like that, and the exercise that your body really is really good at adapting. So you need to change things up. You need to like kind of spice up the stuff that you're doing, the stuff that you're consuming, if you want to keep everything going smoothly. So I feel like by incorporating these carb refeeds, um, maybe even doing something like a week where I'm not really working, I'm not really lifting weights, or I'm just doing like a lot of stretching, a lot of cardio, is going to help keep me from plateauing and stuff like that. Because pretty much for the majority of this program, I'm doing the same workouts. It's just that I'm just increasing the weight. I might increase the sets every now and then. I might increase the reps every now and then. It really is dependent. I might add more exercises to the program, but that's pretty much what I'm doing to prevent plateauing when it comes to like maybe my muscle development. And these carb refeeds are just to prevent me from plateauing when it comes to my metabolic, uh, uh, essentially my diet progression and stuff like that for the weight loss. Um, I think there's another thing that it should be understand when it comes to like, if you get on those scale and you've been working out and you've been dieting and you see your weight goes down. In fact, mine went all the way down to like 348 pounds. I weigh myself almost every day. So at one point my weight was like at 348, and I haven't really did anything different since then. The only thing that I've done was I missed like 1 week of fasting, and that was pretty much it. I missed one workout, and that was it. But the diet remained the same. If you look at the weekly average, I still consume only like about 1,500 calories a day. I didn't order any food or anything like that. So it'd be like, why did the weight go back up to 357? Well, your body's gonna hold on more to water and stuff like that. When you give your body the chance to do it, it'll do it. It's just your survival mechanisms of the body. So you might end up tricking yourself into thinking, oh, I gained back all the weight, but you didn't really gain back all the weight. Your body's just holding on to more water and stuff like that. And if you give your body time, it will adjust and it'll just let it go, and you'll be back at the weight that you were before. So yeah, again, it's been 2 weeks. I ate a bunch of carbs yesterday and today. So of course my body is just going to kind of hold on to that because it's now readjusting, and then I'm going to make it readjust back to just eating basically this carnivore keto type of diet. And so yeah, that's just going to keep it going. Aside from the little bit of depression that I had yesterday, another thing kind of happened is that my car is having issue, especially with the fuel line. So I didn't like that I saw when I was heading back home from my date or whatever, the check engine light came on. I took it to AutoZone this morning. It turns out I need to change out my fuel tank pressure sensor. It's not as bad as you think it is. It's like right over the engine, and it is part of that fuel ejector line. So it could just be taken off and taken on. It's not that big of a job. So I need to get that fixed. To replace it is like $133, even though it's like a little piece of plastic, but whatever. It's like plastic and metal. You'll look at it and you go like, man, it probably cost them like $2 to make this thing, and it's 133 to order that part. I've already ordered it. It should come in sometime this week. Oh, so yeah, that's some of the other stressors that I'm dealing with. So I'm dealing with the stress of work and working with idiots. My car act like it wants to break down and stuff like that. I don't really have the cash to get that fixed. And in terms of like some of the things that's depressing me, the whole love life thing and getting stood up and stuff like that, or people being rude to me online. They're not rude to me on this platform, it's nothing like that. I'm just talking about they're being rude to me on the dating apps and stuff like that. Women are being rude to me on the dating apps. So yeah, those are the little three things that's kind of like, those are like generating some negativity and stuff like that. And so that's what I'm dealing with. I'm also going through like a small little crisis when it comes to my career. I am like highly debating. I had intended to try to become a CPA this year, and here in Florida, the CPA board wanted me to take like another class. They were saying I was missing. I've done managerial accounting. They said I was missing cost accounting, which is like the other half of managerial accounting. You don't really need to know how they differ, but they're pretty much similar. They're in the same family. It's just like you can just think of it. One is a female, one is a male, and that's why they're kind of they're the same, but they're different at the same time. So I needed to take that class. I was taking that class. I'm attending like UWF online, and essentially, one of my exams, I was putting like half effort into this stuff. So my grade was like a B. But I have like 3 exams, and exam number 2 was a flop. And the reason was a flop was not because I didn't study. On the contrary, I actually felt like I would have got like a B plus on the exam had I had the time to take it. But these online exams are proctored, and the people, they're just being like a real dick about stuff. Obviously, these guys are like all the way in India, and they're proctoring here in the U.S., and they're supposed to like look through the cameras and stuff. They literally have access to my computer, and they're just monitoring everything I'm doing. But these people, they took their job so seriously. And even though I was in an empty room by myself, these guys, they were just nonstop. So it was a terrible experience. Dude kept on just trying to pick at like small little crap that I didn't even understand why he's even picking at. Like, for example, my cell phone, you're not supposed to like have your cell phone like in front of you or anything. So I took my cell phone. This is my desk, right? So I'm sitting at my desk. I have a printer that's like all the way right here. So I would have to scoot my chair to get to my printer. I took my phone and I had it on top of the printer, so behind me. So I'm here, I'm facing the monitor. I can't go over and look at my phone. In fact, if you see me do this, that means I'm looking at my phone. But that wasn't enough for them. So I end up taking my phone and I end up throwing it to the other half of the room, because it was like, what more do you want, bro? What more do you want? So yeah, they were being complete dicks. they were really having technical issues on their side. I have hard wire in internet. Okay, I have Xfinity internet. You know what I'm saying? Um, I have what I my internet has very high speed internet. Okay, so you're not gonna have any issues with my downloading and uploading speed. I assure you, you can do really good gaming on my internet speed. So if I can, in fact, I can host this as a live video, and you will have no issues um, with my internet. But anyway, these guys, they were having issues, and I'm going like, is it your end or is it, because it's not my end? I'm looking at the video feed that's being broadcast onto your servers, and I'm not seeing any issues. So they were having issues. Here's the thing, they're having issues with the feed to the camera, and I'm not seeing any delays with the camera. And then they still had full control over my computer and everything. So the camera it kept timing out. But here's the thing, it kept timing out on their end. It's a webcam. It's wired into my computer. It doesn't have a timer built into the webcam. Their software kept timing out, and I kept seeing the message on the screen that says it had like a little warning sign like due to server blah blah blah, the video feed timed out. It literally says it on their website, not on my camera. It was on their freaking website. So their software is bugging out. Their stuff is bugging out, and they're supposed to have everything all fixed before they let me take the exam. They let me into the school's website to actually take the exam, and so my timer started and everything was going well. But guess what kept happening? They kept pausing. They kept telling me to stop taking my exam, which, by the way, my exam timer, it doesn't stop. It keeps on going. So they kept making me stop while they go reset the feed for the camera. And every time they reset the feed for the camera, they wanted me to do like a security scan where I check around the room and stuff like that. And I check under the desk and stuff like that. And I check behind the monitors and stuff like that. And I had to keep doing that over and over and over again. Every time. As a matter of fact, even during the exam, I literally took my modem. I used to keep my modem in the living room. Luckily, I had a long enough cord. I literally took my modem, put it in my office, connected the cord all the way to the modem in my office. I have my computer hard connected to the modem. You can only imagine for the exam, I was only given like 45 minutes to take the exam. I had about 28 questions that I needed to answer. And these are like long questions for accounting and stuff like that. We have to deal with like a lot of data when it comes to our higher level questions and stuff. So everything that I have to do like I have to take the information, resort it. I have to recalculate it to figure it out. They burned about 15 minutes out of my exam time. I only had 30 minutes to answer 28 long ass questions. And the professor decided that he wanted to make this exam special. So instead of just having it be multiple choice, he had these fill in the blanks. And by the way, just to show you how incompetent this guy was, when it came to the fill in the blank questions, some of them you had to include like decimal numbers. Others, it didn't specify whether to include decimal numbers. So you can't tell whether you are correct or not. You can't tell whether you're correct or not. Because I've taken some of the little chapter quizzes and stuff like that, I literally put in 1500.00 and it said it was wrong. And then I looked at the answer, and the correct answer was 1500, no decimals. And also some of his multiple choice questions, it had the same answer it had the same answer over and over again. So the question is, which one was the correct answer? Was it B that had like 250, or was it C that also had 250? Which one was it, Professor? So yeah, I had stuff like that dealing with it, and that exam flopped. Even if I get a high score on my next exam, I will still be failing this class unless they do some kind of like curbing or whatever. They do give me the option to take like a cumulative exam. I honestly don't feel like trying to study for that, and also I don't want to deal with the proctors anymore. So I'm at this point where I'm pretty much just dropping out. Oh, here's the thing: in our country we have so many different states, so many different states. I can get my CPA in any other state. I just need to send my stuff in, have my transcripts evaluated, and see if I qualify for the exam. Like for example, I'm from Chicago. I could just send all of my stuff into the Illinois CPA board, and they can just go ahead and review it, and they can give me the green light. I don't actually have to be a resident of Illinois to take the CPA exam in Illinois. So that's something that I'm considering doing. The only problem is that I would have to, every time I'm ready to take the exam, I would have to travel back to Chicago to take the exam. And once I do get my CPA will still be in Illinois. So I would have to work. I would have to basically move back to Illinois and work for a CPA firm in Illinois so that I could get my hours and I could just get my certification, because you have to work under a CPA for a certain number of hours uh, in order to qualify for your actual public accountant, your certified public accountant license. So there's that. Also, this economy is not too good. So a lot of the CPA jobs that I see out there are making about as much as I'm making right now. Uh, so it's kind of looking a little bit pointless to become a CPA. I just don't know. I just don't know how this is supposed to work or where I'm supposed to go with this. So that's the other thing. That's probably like, really the whole thing with the dating and working with some of the idiots at my job. That's not really the biggest stressor. It's just trying to figure out like how to navigate this economy. Um, what do I need to do? Like, and so on and so forth. I don't have like a lot of money saved up. I have like a lot of debts that I'm trying to pay off. That's where most of my money goes to, is actually paying off my debts. So I don't live extravagantly or anything like that. I'm not well off or anything like that. It is what it is. So that's probably like the biggest stressor, is this economy. Because again, you never know what's going to happen. Could end up getting laid off. Who knows? I can't really do stuff like buy a house. Everything is too doggone expensive. Insurance is just absolutely insane, especially here in Florida. Then it's taxes. That's just everything that I'm going through right now. So yeah, I think it's pretty productive. We went over a few topics. We went over the whole carb refeeding. Coming off of a week where I didn't do the fasting, so I wasn't too happy about that. But I explained in prior videos about what it is that I do with my diet plan. My diet plan is actually has multiple layers on it. So you have like this bottom layer that's like, the bronze medal, and then you have this top layer, which is like the gold medal. So as long as I get either a bronze, a silver, or a gold, I consider that like a win for the week. And my diet, the basis of my diet is just 1,500 calories. Whenever I each on the days that I eat, um, and to exercise like, at least 3 days out of the week, and that's pretty much what the base level of my fitness plan is. So if I am able to accomplish doing cardio or something like that, or doing the fasting, that puts me at like silver. And if I'm able to just do it all, do all of the weightlifting, do all of the cardio, uh, do the days of fasting, that puts me at that gold medal. So that's how you should understand my whole diet and fitness plan. It has layers to it. And the reason why I created that was to create these guardrails to stop me from like falling off whenever I don't do everything perfectly. The shirt kind of makes my arms look big. But sometimes when I don't do things perfectly, it causes me to like fall off. Like, let's say I plan my diet and stuff like that, and I'm going to start my whole fitness journey. I'm going to start it Monday, but Monday never comes. And so I now have to wait a whole week because I missed Monday. My guardrails stop stuff like that from happening. Oh, let's say I messed up, and I'm supposed to be doing this carnivore diet, and my work had a function, and they had donuts or a muffin, and I decided to go ahead and eat one of those muffins. Oh, look, I messed up, so now I have to restart everything. And see, I messed up on Tuesday. That means I got to wait all the way till Monday, and again, Monday never comes. And so it's like an endless cycle. So my different tiers of my diet and fitness plan, it creates those guardrails. So I said I got to work out at least 3 days a week. I didn't say what I had to do. It could be weightlifting, it could be cardio. So if I didn't feel like doing weightlifting, as long as I did some kind of exercise that day that burnt out at about a minimum of 500 calories, it's all good. It's water under the bridge. It doesn't really matter. As long as I might have ate 2,200 calories this day, but I ate like only 700 calories the next day. Well, if I dollar average that down, I'm about 1,500 calories per day. So as long as the average is like 1,500 calories, then it really doesn't matter what happens one day versus the other. So I can enjoy stuff like Thanksgiving. I'm just going to reduce my calories for the next few days and stuff like that. And that's how that works. I can maybe go on a cruise or something like that, and I can have fun and just, go wild and just eat and stuff like that and drink. But guess what? All that just means is that for the rest next week or the rest of the days that week, I'm just going to have things a little bit less, and I'll probably be working out a little bit more. So those are the guardrails that keeps me from falling into the typical diet and fitness journey pitfalls that a lot of people suffer. And I am no different. I suffer from them a lot. I can assure you of that. I'm 34 years old. So yeah, that is everything. Last week I missed one workout. I didn't do the fasting. No big deal, and now you understand why it's not a big deal. I'm dealing with some stress from work. I'm dealing with car issues. I'm dealing with the stress from this economy and the non-security aspect of this economy, because there's really no securing any direction in terms of trying to pick a career path for the future. Debating about how I want to go and become a CPA or not, and stuff like that. That's another stressor. And of course, some of the issues that I'm facing with my dating life and stuff like that. The idiots I work with, I think I said that before. All of that stuff is what I am going through right now. So I just want you to understand when you see my videos and stuff like that, I am a human being. I have my own issues. I put those issues out there for you to see so that you understand when you're going through this fitness journey and stuff like that. You're going to be facing your own issues, and those issues should not stop you from succeeding. Those issues might stress you out to the point where you don't work out that day, and it's okay. It might it might make you eat a muffin or something like that. Maybe drink some chocolate milk. Uh, but it's okay, and you can recover, and you can just continue what it is that you was doing before that stress got to you and made you do something that you did not want to do. And you can continue to lose weight, and you can continue to get healthy and get fit. Um, and there's really no stopping you once you decide to go on this path. But I just want you to understand that going down whatever path that you choose, it still won't be easy. It still won't be perfect. And as long as you stop trying to strive for absolute perfection, um, and you create a system that works for you, and you plan for what could be considered a pitfall, like doing these carb refeeds. Some might consider that a pitfall. If you plan this stuff out, it will prevent you from going into a state of mind where you're going to be depressed, you're going to feel like a failure, and you're going to feel like you're not going to succeed. So I don't want you to feel that way. So that's why I put this stuff out here so that you can see it can be done. And as I make progressions, as I keep working out, as I keep losing the weight and feeling better and stuff like that, you're going to see in real time how my life transformed for the better. And that's what I'm planning. This is premeditative. I'm planning for a better future. You know, things might not be ideal months from now. Who knows? We're getting into election season and stuff like that. We don't know how the country's going to go. We got all these international conflicts and stuff that's going on right now. We don't know how that's going to turn out. You know, months from now, we could be, could be in war or something like that. Who knows? But guess what? I'm still going to be in a better place. And I hope that you all who are able to feed off of this can see that it doesn't really matter what the outside world becomes. You should plan to make your inner world a better place for you. Okay? You know, there's many things you can't control, but you can control what goes on inside your own world. And I'm showing that to you. I'm showing that to you through these videos. You see, I feel the pressure of the negative emotions, like depression and stuff like that. I could feel the pressure of it, but my mind doesn't feel like I'm depressed. I have all these things happening to me. I can feel the pain, the hurt. I can feel it, but it's like a little pinch. It's not like a full-on cut. It's not like a punch to the face. It's just a little pinch. And it's all about your mindset. It's all about your mindset. And again, that's why I make these videos. I make these videos so that there's something on the internet that you can find that can show you the way. And I'm not going to pretend like I know everything. I don't know everything. Again, I don't know what tomorrow is going to look like, but I do know one thing that you might not know, and that's you can control what's in here. You can control that. All you have to do is just put in some effort, achieve your goals, get healthy, get fit, um, lose the fat versus losing the weight, and just enjoy the ride, enjoy life and stuff like that. After all, we're already in week number 3. We're already in week number 3, and I am going to upload this video. I'm gonna record my workout, and we're just going to get it in. We're just going to get it in. I actually, and that's another thing that I want to chat about. So I've gotten used to working out when, I'm just eating the protein and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see how it feels to work out now that my body is basically has like a lot of carbs inside of it. So I'm excited to see what does that feel like working out. Another thing is I actually have a challenge for this week. My challenge for this week is to try to do cardio, or rather to work out 2 times a day. So I would like to see if I am able to, on the days that I weight lift, do the weightlifting, and then when I come home from work, do a session of cardio. And there really is no specification on the second workout. I don't have any calorie goals or anything like that. It's whatever I feel at the time. I might jump on the cardio machine and just go for like 15 minutes or something like that. Who knows? And so that's the challenge. So the challenge is to work out 2 times a week. The second exercise is going to be whatever I feel like doing. And even on the days where I'm fasting and stuff like that, I might not do weightlifting, but I just might do maybe 2 sessions of cardios, like one session will feel like my regular workouts where I'm probably like burning about 500 calories. And the other session might be like, I don't know, I'm burning like 200 calories or something like that. Who knows? And so that's going to be the challenge for this week. And that includes today. That includes today because this is a fitness challenge versus a weight or a fat loss challenge and stuff like that. So no, I'm not trying to lose like a bunch of weight in 1 week. You already saw my weight is at 357. It's not really at 357. It's probably like somewhere around like 352, 351, or it might even be at like 350. It's just that I'm just holding on to like a lot of water and stuff like that. And again, my body has already refilled on the carbs. So all of that is just kind of weighing me down physically. So just keep that in mind. I'm pretty sure like once I readapt to the keto and I do this challenge, you might look at the scale at the end of the week might show like 348. It might even show a number less than that. Who knows? It's just like I said, in prior videos, I just really put it out there. I'm not dependent on the scale. The scale will go up, it will go down, and it will fluctuate. The only thing I care about is that those fluctuations are at an angle. I don't want them to fluctuate horizontally. I want it to fluctuate at an angle going down. So the weight could keep going up and the weight could keep going down as long as the average creates a slope. And that lets me know that the weight is being lost. Another, as a pro tip for somebody who's gone through a lot of failures, one thing you should kind of look at is you should look at your clothes and stuff like that. You should look at how you feel. You should look at like how agile, and nimble that you feel when you are moving. And those are going to be the better indicators of your weight loss. Another thing to like really pay attention is to look at like maybe the parts of your body that are like kind of closest to your bone structure. So when you look at your face, you might look at it and say, oh, my cheeks was more like right here, but now they're more sunken in and stuff like that. Those are going to be better indicator of where you at when it comes to the reduction of your fat. Just keep in mind that your weight is also made up of your muscle mass, it's made up of your bone mass, it's made up of the mass from your organs, it's also made up of water, and of course fat. This is what makes up your weight. We're trying to lose fat, the fat, and of course, your body's going to not need so much water, so your fat and your water is what's going to decrease. So if your clothes start feeling a lot looser, if your clothes start feeling a lot looser, and the thinner parts of your body starts getting a little bit more thinner, like you can now see like kind of lines in your muscles and stuff like that, that's going to be the better sign that you're losing weight, because you can see you start seeing more definition, especially in places that are thinner and more closer to your bone. And when you start seeing that definition, that's going to be the better indicator. So I don't really pay attention to the scale like that. And I'm glad that the weight went up to 357, because that number is just going to be a better illustration for you guys. Now I feel fantastic, especially now that I'm like supercharged on carbs and stuff like that. I feel fantastic. I feel like I have a lot of energy, and I am ready to just hit that workout. I know these pre-workout chats typically go for like an hour or something like that, but I really feel good. I don't even feel like I even need my pre-workout drink. I am going to drink it because it's awesome. So I'm probably just going to really be hyper when I get to that workout. It's going to be great. So yeah, I'm excited for the challenge. I hope you guys got something from this video. And hey, we'll see what happens next time. Peace.